a live stream show. All right, everybody, welcome to the show. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. Let's go back to the beginning here and say hi to everybody as we go. All right. Ooh, Soul Price was talking a lot. What's up, WB Grows? Good to see you, my friend. All right. What's happening, Stony Baker MD? Good to see you. What's happening, Happy Dude Grows? What's up, Gregory Allen Reed? How's it going, Derek Cloud? Good to see you. What's up? All right. WB Grows says, I'm 2 days into flower with my 4 plants. All right. Grow your 4, buddy. Grow your 4. That's right. All right. What's up, Soul Price? Good to see you, buddy. All right, he's plugging all of the links to the websites as well as to the Discord. Hell yeah, buddy. 1 second here. What's up, Brandon Rossman? Good to see you, bud. What's up, Marvin's Garden? Good to see you, buddy. All right, here we are. So yeah, no, things are going well here. I've been working along, doing my final manicuring on things today. That's some stuff I was working on there. I'm just gonna, the lid for that one's over there. See if we can cover it this way. Working away on final manicuring. After the show today, I'm gonna be busting out a bunch of hash. Some of that hash will be for making rosin. Some of that hash will be for bringing to 420 with us as well. It's gonna be good. Oop, live chat. There we go. All right. Let's see here. What have I missed from everybody? What's up, Texas Squatch? Good to see you, buddy. All right. What's up, Roman Reckless? Good to see you. What's up, Ivan? Good to see you. What's up, James Mercer? Good to see you. All right. What's up, V-Real? I'm doing well. How's Houston, Texas treating you, V-Real? What's up, Romines? What's up, Israel Wells? Good to see you. What's up, Kenneth R. Knox? How you doing? We're just chilling here, my friend, getting the show started. I've been working sort of away on things this morning, trying to figure out who's actually going to be showing up at the 420 event with me. Oh, thank you very much, Ivan. I really appreciate it. Every little bit goes a long way, my friend. Thank you so much for your donation. So getting the sort of the list of us there who will be available to come to the 420. Haven't really had many people confirm yet, so I'm hoping it ends up not just being me at 420 with this giant table trying to do everything on my own, but we'll see. But regardless, even if it's just Uncle Potsquatch, I'll show up by myself, and it'll be a good time. But getting everything ready. So basically, doing a bunch of final trimming, starting to go through, and we're hand selecting all the seeds that are going to be, kind of coming. And hey, O'Shea, if you're going to be there, man, come on by and help us out at the table. I wouldn't say no, my friend. What's happening, Seymour Cannabis? Good to see you there. But right now, we're working on grading all of the seeds. The damn floor in this office is a slanted one, so I'm rolling away. So we're getting all the seeds there. Hey, Donkashun, Stoney. At the end of the day, none of our content is required. You don't have to pay for our content. You don't have to donate to ask questions or participate or be part of the community. That is never part of what we do. We do this out of the goodness of our heart and part of our passion piece, but we do appreciate it. It does help us keep the lights on here at Potsquatch Growers and keep everything growing. But yes, we're getting all the packs of seeds. So we're going to have lots of seeds for sale at 420. We're going to have brownies. We're going to have some flour. We're going to have some hash, some rosin, hats, and t-shirts. It's also going to be the first public debut, everybody, of our CBD line. So we're going to have lots of our CBD gummies, our tinctures, as well as our beard oil. It'll be basically one of the first times you get to see those products in person and in public. So that's kind of fun. We're looking forward to that. Yeah, it's going to be a good time. We're also going to be doing a live stream for 420 there. We're also going to be doing, throughout the day, I'm going to do some shots there so we can release a sort of a video from the eyes of the Potsquatch at Vancouver 2020 or 420. There we go. Hey, all right. So James Mercer, you can reuse soil. Just remember that typically when you reuse soil, okay, we're not going to talk about there being pests or anything because we're going to assume that your grow is pest-free. Just remember that your soil is going to be essentially zapped, especially if you're using a bottled newt, and then you flushed on your last run. So a lot of that inherent nutrition is not going to be within your soil. So when reusing soil, remember it's going to be fairly zapped, okay? So you're going to have to get in there and stay on top of your feeding from sort of much earlier on than you would typically would with using kind of a fresh soil. But it is definitely possible. We've actually done a grow where we ran the dirt and then we reused the same dirt for the next grow, and we showed everybody doing that one. That would have been a number of grows back at the old lab or the old house there. Oh yeah, no, I was just playing around with it. This is kind of one of the little sort of when I'm working, I put a couple of hair ties in it, then I braid the end there so that I don't have it getting in the way. Hey man, if you're there, Nathan Burrow, come on and say hi. It's going to be a good time. Sadly, a couple of my friends were going to come work the table with me at 420. They've moved to Kamloops, so they may not be able to be there. And a lot of the other people are still down to come, but they don't know if they can. Some have kids, and some have jobs, and all of that. So we'll see. I can guarantee you that I will at least be there, everybody. Hell yeah, Greg. That's good. That's awesome, Greg. I'm happy that those are looking like ladies for you, and you got lots of gather weed titties going on. Muskoka James, what's happening, buddy? Good to see you. Just chilling, buddy. Just chilling. Here's looking at you. We're drinking a rum and Diet Pepsi today. Mm. All right. There we go. I agree, Potsquatch Grow weed every day. I agree. What's up, Red Claws? Good to see you, baby. How you doing, man? What's good in the hood? Yeah, well, that was kind of the thing that sort of bit me in the ass there too, O'Shea. Is like a lot of my friends are like, well, if you let me know a week ago, or let me know a week ago, I could have booked it off. And I was like, oh fuck, I forgot to think about people with jobs and stuff and booking time off work. So it'll see what happens, and we'll see what happens. But I'll at least be there. And for those of you who are around Vancouver on 420, come on by and pop by and say hi. Charles Vamsar says, hey, thanks for the advice about rehydrating my trees. Hey, no worries. I came out amazing. Without that, I would have actually lost that. Hey, no worries, Charles. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm full of lots of little tricks from my experience over the years. So I'm always happy to help with my humble 2 cents, my friend. I'm glad it worked out for you, and the titties are looking nice. Paul M says, hey, Potsquatch, had to cut down one plant due to it hermit. It happens. Especially in this day and age. The nutrients did its damage, and it started to seed itself, so I cut her down. And Paul M, sometimes that's what you got to do. If you get the occasional nanner on something, not a big deal. But if it really starts to hit, the best and only true way is to kind of cut her down and get rid of her there. I don't mind rum, Van Island Beard. I don't mind rum. It's not necessarily my favorite thing in the world to drink, but it's what I have, so. Excuse me. Carbonation. It happens, Stony. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's part of the problem with a lot of these new age genetics now is you fart on them wrong and they can hermy. And it happens, right? So that's part of where you always hear me ranting and raving about the importance of proper breeding, about the proper attention being given to the development of genetics and actually watching for these strong phenotypes to be working with and expanding out with. And that's part of the imperative importance of it, because at the end of the day, we are so close to losing cannabis in the way it was, in terms of compounding feminization and the fact that, so many things nanner if you fart on them wrong, let alone anything else. And also, too, foxtailing is so prevalent now, where foxtailing would happen once in a blue moon back in the day, and now it's such a prevalent thing. Like, you open up an issue of High Times, and all you see is foxtailing now. It's weird. It didn't used to be that way. Hell yeah, Red Claw. Sounds good, buddy. I know, Mudspot. Only 10 days, and I've still got a lot of stuff to do to get ready for it. You know what I mean? Hell yeah, Muskoka James. How they looking, buddy? I agree, Stoney. I love a good Hindu Kush. Hell yeah, Jansen Dennis. That sounds fun. Definitely one way to do it, right? Hey. Yes, Stoney, I am a very hairy person. This is true. The nickname is not just a nickname. It's based out of reality. Hell yeah, Ozzy Wolf. That sounds good, buddy. Mike St. Gilles. What are my thoughts on the product of Recharge? Great product. Definitely great product. There's a lot of very similar products out there, but no, great product. I think products, Recharge or products like Recharge, definitely have their place in any grower's toolkit, for sure. Hell yeah, O'Shea. Do that once or twice a week and, it'll be good. I know, WB Growers. Time does fly, and I'm working my ass off to try to get everything ready. So that's why I'm going to try to bust out a bunch of the hash batches for the rosin tonight, and then sort of starting tomorrow, we're going to start smashing out a bunch of the batches of hash for 420. I've also got to get my few bucks together to go shopping, get a bunch of the butter there, so we can start making all the space cakes. We're going to be bringing a bunch of space cakes there. And remember, everything that we're bringing to 420, we're going to make it really, really affordable and really accessible. So the beans, 25 beans, $50. Boom, done. All the hats and t-shirts are going to be standard pricing, obviously. So hats are $25. Shirts are $30 Canadian. Grinders are $30. We're going to have papers for sale. You can both buy individual packs of papers, or you can even buy boxes of papers. We're going to have a lot of those there. We're going to have all of the CBD line there. That is obviously going to be, at its normal MSRP. So we're going to have the beard oil and the gummies and the tinctures and all of that jazz. I'm also going to have, like I said, hash, rosin, and some flour. We're going to be making up a bunch of shroom truffles as well. It's going to be a good time. We're going to have lots of good things to play with there. And the space cakes, I think I'm going to make them like $5 a pop, just like it was when I was a kid. Hey, dude, no worries, Muskoka James, and welcome to the family. Well, Janssen Genetics or Janssen Dennis, I mean, hey, if they're looking solid at F3, great. I mean, colloquially, we would normally say that F4 is kind of the bare minimum. I like to go to at least 6. But at the same time, though, I have no issues with F1 genetics. The great thing about the F1 genetic, in terms of my mind on it, is that as long as it's priced appropriately, there's still lots of the phenos there. It hasn't really been stabilized out much. So I can kind of take it with my own sort of personal style and kind of stabilize it out the way I think it should be, which is part of the fun, I guess, with playing with F1s in my mind. So what's up, Moonwater Ranch? How you doing, my friends? Cheers to you with Will. Where's my drink? There we go. Cheers to you, Moonwater Ranch. Hey, yo. Am I recording the rosin smashing? I haven't yet, no. I typically don't release rosin videos much on YouTube because they've gotten mad at me for making rosin or bubble hash videos, and they've get mad, Maybe we could do a live stream where we're smashing some rosin sometime. I don't know. Because I've seen other channels do it and they don't get in trouble. So, I mean, I can't really claim to fully understand the logic on YouTube and the algorithm in terms of what they get mad at all the time. I'm always trying to figure it out, but hell yeah, Aussie Lone Wolf. WB Grows says Pulse Dig watching. Pulse Dig watching. What does that mean, WB Grows? So basically, Greg, I think pretty close. Like, I mean, the website's done. The website's ready. I mean, obviously, the payment portal issue that we had was we got approved, but they were going to charge way too much money. So it was going to cost us like 20% of our profits before we even saw anything. So I respectfully told that company to go fuck themselves. I've actually got to call them tomorrow because they've been charging me a bunch of money, and I never agreed to that. So I got to deal with that tomorrow. But so we're going another route. We have another plan, and I'm hoping that all said and done will be able to be done maybe even by 420, everybody. It might even be open by 420. That's what I'm hoping for, but we will see. It's all about sort of how long does it take us to kind of figure out some of that stuff. Oh, hell yeah, Ivan. We're making it extra special, baby. Well, Salty Bob 420, and the cool thing about the truffles that we're going to be making is there's going to be a bunch of different fun guys in there. All a bunch of different sort of genealogies playing around on that one. And we figured, hell, why not? We got a bunch of shrooms here. Let's make some chocolate truffles for everybody. I have seen the PK Spike. I haven't tried it yet, Paul M. It's one of the ones that I would love to try from Green Planet. I've just got to, everything costs money, right? So I haven't gone and bought the bottle just because, with getting the new website going and getting all the new products going, getting everything up and running, I mean, it's money. I'll be honest, money's tighter than fuck right now. So I haven't tried the PK Spike yet, but it is definitely one of the things that's on my agenda to try from Green Planet, and I definitely am excited. I believe in the product. I've had friends who've used it. I'm excited to try it. And yeah, we will see. It's in Vancouver, Red Claws. It'll be happening in Vancouver, BC at the Art Gallery. We are going to be table number 16. Well, Hamilton to Vancouver, I believe that's a little bit over 7,600 kilometers or so. It's not the shortest drive, shall we say. So Mystery Man, I'm a big fan of the Green Planet nutrient line, so I use their three-part system. Typically, I'll use their VitaThrive, their resin, massive bloom formulation, liquid weight sometimes. Did I say resin? I think I did. I use the resin product. Often I'll incorporate too at times Medi1 into there as well. It's meant to be a standalone one-part system, and let's be fair, it doesn't function as such, but it is a great add-on or secondary to incorporate into their other nutrient brands or products. That's right, Mud Swat. It'll be Vancouver, BC. This is the first real one that's happened since COVID. It should be a big, big one. The cool thing about the 420 this year as well is that we are not at Sunset Beach anymore. So we've been at Sunset Beach for this event for 6 or 7 years now. And the Vancouver Parks Board basically told us to go fuck ourselves. Nope, you're not allowed to come back. But the Vancouver Art Gallery, which is where we did it for a very long time, that's where we always did it back in the day. So like when I was a kid going down, it was always at the Vancouver Art Gallery there. And so the Vancouver Art Gallery has decided to welcome us back with open arms. So we will be at the Vancouver Art Gallery again this year, and it'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. Jansen Dennis, I press both fresh flowers. I also, or if by fresh you mean wet, no, you cannot press fresh flowers. Fresh flowers will not work. Most live resins are produced by taking a fresh flower and collecting the trikes right away from a living tissued plant, and then you press that. That's where live rosin comes from. But if you go try to take a wet flower and press it, it's just going to be filled with water. It's not going to work properly. So typically from flour, if you're pressing flour, you want to press a properly dried and cured flour. But I'm also, I press a lot of bubble hash. Sometimes I make like a dry ice keef kind of, and then I'll press that. This time we're going to be making bubble hash and pressing that though to produce the rosins for 420. Muskoka James, I've started videos with an 18 plus warning. Doesn't change anything. They still get mad at me. And at the end of the day, my whole channel is marked 18 plus. It's not made for children, right? They know that. Like I've never released a video where kids can access it. So at the end of the day, YouTube just has a hard on for cannabis content creators, and they're still persecuting us. It's like it's 1992. Get with the times, YouTube. But yeah. There's disclaimers all over my channel, all over everything. I shouldn't have to put a disclaimer at the beginning of a video. And even when I do that, they still don't change anything. So, Mystery Man, I would try to time it where you're flushing for about 2 weeks. If you're using a bottle nutrient, auto or not, you're still going to want to flush for those last 2 weeks. If you're using a smaller pot, like a 2 or 3 gallon pot, you could probably get away with doing a 1 week flush, but you're going to have to hit it really, really, really hard then. I mean, I think Canada's pretty cool. Bear with me here, everybody. Hell yeah, Stony Baker MD. Come on down. Well, thank you, Jansen Dennis. I appreciate your kind words. Well, thank you, the Quiet Witch. Both you and Ivan are always so kind to me. Thank you, my friends. I appreciate it. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just playing catch up now. What's up, Dalesky OG? How you doing, buddy? We're just kind of talking about the 420 event, getting ready for that and all of that jazz. Peace and love, the Quiet Witch. Yeah, so Shay, you've basically been gone the entire time we weren't at the art gallery, and you're coming back the first year we're ever back down there. We're going OG style this year. Would a centrifuge work for trike collection? I mean, in theory, you could typically create something like that, but I wouldn't use a centrifuge though. I just make a basic tumbler with a screen system, utilizing some dry ice in there or some hypercooling coils or something like that, and then tumble it that way. I've built a few of them over the years. But actually, also too, dry ice and a bunch of other things will dry out the natural oils in your trikes as well. So you got to be careful doing that. It can super duper reduce your return weight on pressing. So often, if you've got the time or a little machine where you can use kinetic energy or just a screen and do kind of the flat screening method, it's actually often a lot better. There you go, Red Claws. You know, just a day or two drive there, better so. I enjoy the water hash video, Jansen. It was like, and they got mad at us on that one too. Threshu says, "Do you think you could stop a 6 foot 3 inch, 250 pound female welder from eating your brains and taking your knowledge, asking for a friend?" I mean, well, yeah. I'm 6'1", 210 and a retired fighter, but at the same time, I'm not wild about, you know, I'm not a big violence person these days, even though I'm a fighter. But and I don't hit women. But I mean, in self-defense, I guess I would. It more sounds like she's a zombie though, and if it was a zombie, I have no issues killing a zombie. I'll take a zombie on any day. By what's up, Visible Fires, Bill Gore? The big day's approaching. Like what? Basically 10 days to the wedding. Are you excited? Are you nervous? A little bit of both, Visible? Huh, weird. Pink Kush is not classically supposed to smell like vanilla. Vanilla Kush smells like vanilla. But pinks typically don't have that smell. Interesting. Jensen Dennis, what? What? You excited though, Pilgore? I'm excited for you guys. And just know, I know I won't be there sadly, but I will be there with you in thought and love. Now, I'm not worried about the size there, Threshu. The fact of the matter is I spent my entire career as an underground cage fighter fighting guys much larger than I, outweighing me typically by 50 to 150 pounds. I'm not worried about it. What's up, Seymour Cannabis? Your emoticon game is good there, Seymour Cannabis. Oh, well, I hope you're gonna take some videos or some pictures, Pilgore, so I can see it. Who knows? Maybe I can live or give you a quick video chat at some point if you're not busy, just to sort of wish you and the wife congratulations on 420. I'll be at the 420 event in Vancouver, but I can give you a quick shout from that. Threshu said, she said, "Who's that?" I said, "He's married from Canada." Well, you know, I may be married from Canada, but we are a dom couple, so if you ever want to come play, let us know. I'm just joking. Well, no, I'm not, but you know, ha ha ha. Don't feel bad. I'd want me too. I'm just joking. Well, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to weed. I apologize, everyone. I find myself quite amusing. 1 second here. Okay, I've recovered from laughing at my own joke. We're good. Stony Baker MD says, "I had to go to court defending myself from a 62-pound, 284-pound ripper. I'm 5'10", 160 pounds, but pissed off." That sounds like a weird situation, Stony. How'd you find yourself to there? That doesn't sound like a good place to be. So let's talk about 420. Let's move back to that. So this 420 is going to be wonderful, everybody. You know, it's going to be the first one I've been to in years because COVID and all of that. And I think it's really cool that we're going to be back at the Vancouver Art Gallery. I'm pretty stoked about that. You know, and damn, you big motherfucker, Red Claws. You big motherfucker. I'm stoked to go back to 420 though at the Art Gallery because I mean that's kind of where we went to when I was a kid. You know, and I grew up. 420 was a thing that we went to at the Vancouver Art Gallery. We've got a table right in the heart of things. Like we're going to be table number 16. It's going to be pretty sick, and we're going to be there in full force. And by full force, I mean products. I mean I'm hoping we have a big team of us there to help take care of the table and bring all of our wares to market. But worst case scenario, at least I'll be there. And it's going to be good though. And if you've ever been curious about anything, some of the stuff that we've grown, if you wanted to try to play with some of the genetics that you've seen or that you've seen us develop in the last run or run it a bit, those will, for the one day, be available to you there at 420. And it's going to be a good time. You know what I mean? Like we're just going to have a lot of fun and have a good laugh, and we're going to do a live stream. We're going to shoot a bunch of it, and at the end of the day, I'm rolling on the floor again, and it's going to be good, man. And if you're in the area, everybody, and if you ever wanted to meet Uncle Potsquatch, come down, say hi, have me autograph something. Not that I think people want my autograph, but that's happened a lot at different events that I've shown up to. So, happy to do that. I'm not going to be some dill pickle who's going to charge you for that. Just come on down. You want me to sign something? Happy to do. You want to take a picture? We could do it. We'll be like, woo, all good. Come on down, have some fun, and we're going to be ready to rock and roll. You know what I'm saying? I'll be the balded, bearded one wearing the Potsquatch shirt. Jansen Dennis, can I roll a joint one-handed? Well, yeah, easily. I mean, I could do it while driving my scooter. I used to drive a lot of scooters back when I was younger, but so typically, especially if I've got the pot already in the paper, then easily I can do it one-handed. Scooping and doing that, if I have a hard surface, I can put it there and then pick it up and do it that way. I could do that. So typically, how I rolled though when I was driving the scooters, I put it in the paper, and then I'd start driving, and then I'd finish it as I'm going, and good to go. Did I sign the shirt I sent you, Visible Farms? I couldn't remember if I did. To be fair, a lot of my memories blend together when it comes to different things I've shipped out over the years. But I'm glad I did them. Because, Pilgor, I sent you that shirt quite a long time ago, I think, too. So I'm thinking, if I did sign it, that must have been one of my earlier autographs, too. That's a thing. Now, did I sign it with my actual signature or the Potsquatch signature, which I'm still working on? There is a Potsquatch signature that I do, and it's kind of okay. But typically I'll do the Potsquatch signature and then my real signature underneath it, because that one at least looks kind of not completely stupid, but no. Oh yeah, no, Threshu, this is not a recording here. Let's really freak her out. What's her name? What's her name? We'll really freak her out, buddy. What's up, growing up growers with Crack-a-lackin', baby? Good to see you. Well, hello, Stacy the Amazonian. Hi. How you doing, Stacy? I hear you're an Amazon. I like to wrestle. Hi. Sorry, Stacy. I'm just having a little bit of fun. And good. So Visible Farm says I signed it both ways. Good. The Potsquatch signature isn't great. I'm still trying to make that one look kind of pretty, right? But my actual signature doesn't look completely horrible. It's not necessarily legible, but you can at least kind of see what I'm trying to do with it. That might be worth something one day, Pilgor. You never know. You might be worth something one day. Well, that's all right. I'm sure she looks beautiful in red. Stacy is red your colour. I bet you look good I bet you look good in red, don't you, Stacy? Sorry, Stacy. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to embarrass you, hon. I apologize. I'm just having a bit of fun. Right? Well, Pamela Anderson, to my knowledge, actually grew up on Vancouver Island, just over the way there. I guess technically it'd probably be more that way, but I live in the mountains, so it's hard to keep track of where everything is outside of the valley and the mountain. Jansen Dennis, is it a waste of money for a plant culture test? If you're talking about in terms of establishing gender, yeah, I'd say so. Really, at the end of the day, testing for gender, waste of money. Learn patience, okay? Some plants will go female if they're regulars, and some plants will go male. Males are actually a very rare thing in most colloquial genetics. So never get mad about a male, everybody. These are the things that we're going to be able to use to further the genetic lineage of weed. Okay. So, I know people get frustrated when they get mails and they're like, crap. Don't be frustrated. Okay. For example, people charge too much for seeds. But what are we charging when we go to 420, for example? 25 beans, $50. There's companies out there charging 50, 65 bucks for 3 beans. We're charging $50 for 25. Okay. So even if it goes half and half, you've still got 12, 13 good females. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, beans are way too expensive. That's one of the issues that I really take in terms of the current market. And that's what our company is working towards is like, not only are we going to make reliable, stable beans, developing beans that not only can resist modern LED lighting tech without foxtailing, we're trying to develop ones that can do it without having to inject a shitload of CO2 in there to basically have the foxtail not happen, okay? But you have a right as the consumer to buy an affordable genetic, a reliable genetic, and that is my belief. Dear God, it's true. Well, Threshu, well, thank you. Well, Amazonia, you're going to make me blush now. I hope you like hairy tattooed men, Amazonia. All right. We play catch up and read here. All right, Soul Price, I dig it. Texas Squash says, dinner's about done. Having smoked Jack Crevel, smoked jalapeno. Oh, that's a fish. And then smoked jalapeno poppers, smoked Jack Daniel baby back ribs. All right, I like me some pork fat. And some homemade mac and cheese with Carolina Reaper cheddar cheese. Oh, sounds tasty, but it sounds like it might hurt on the way out there, Mikey. But that sounds beautiful. Definitely a stoner's meal for sure. Should clean you out pretty good, Texas Squatch, as well. Mud Swamp, what are some of your strains? In terms of strains that have developed or strains that we're going to be bringing to the Vancouver 420 event. So basically, we're going to have some new reworking of the Gazer's Madness available that I've done. We're going to have what I've named Galactic Citrus Shiva. It is an F1. It is a blending between Alien Rift and my favorite orange Hindu Kush. We're going to have the K-Town Kush by Cheese by Alien Rift. I haven't named that one. We're going to have what I've named Looney Hobbit. Okay. The Looney Hobbit is the Gazer's Madness crossed by Kaitangata Canadian White Russian. We're going to have my new reworking that I'm working on, the Kaitangata Canadian White Russian, where I'm actually trying to find these rare phenols within it that are actually more indica traded and kind of shorter and more of a dwarf plant. And we're going to try to sort of have it come out that way. So I'm working on those. We're going to have the Orange Warrior Widow, which is the Kaitangata Canadian White Russian into the Orange Hindu Kush. That one, though, is where we found that really weird Orange Hindu Kush that was kind of taller and stretchier and had thinner leaves that were kind of super serrated and super sharp. It was very interesting and very different in actual comparison to the other Orange Hindus that we had grow out. So that's going to be pretty interesting. Are we going to have anything else there? Let me think here. Oh, we're going to have some orange Hindu Kush beans too. I didn't do tons of those ones, but we've got some of those available as well. So there's going to be a few different things. It's going to be good. Oh, we're just talking about 420, Jeremiah Sanchez and shit. What's up, Jolly Wally? Good to see you, buddy. Hey, no worries, Jansen Dennis. And I'm super stoked on you getting your license, buddy. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's really important, if you're in Canada at least, get your medical license. Keep yourself safe. Don't flaunt with the law, okay? The current legislature that they've written up in terms of legalization, technically they could penalize you pretty hard. So just get your medical license, and that's the way to keep it safe. No, I feel you, Daveski, OG. Like I remember when we had a new lease imposed on the land we were renting, where we owned our little manufactured home trailer thing there, which is what we sold to buy this house. And I know the stress of that kind of stuff, man. And I've been there, dude. And just know, my love, care, and compassion and understanding goes out to you. And psychic vibes that it all works out and doesn't stress you out too bad. Yeah, I've heard about that Aussie lone wolf, actually. I've heard about, like, pretty much most generalized seed companies have said, sorry, Australia, no. Tickets to the gun show. Actually, my guns are over there. Excuse me. Yes, so sold price. Good point bringing that up. So everyone who's just tuning in, we will be doing essentially to my knowledge, the largest seed giveaway in the history of cannabis, August 10th. Okay. We will have those questions out in roughly a month. So everyone's going to have at least 2 or 3 months to try to figure out the answers to these questions. This seed giveaway, I'm about to tell you what it is. Okay. So there's going to be 100 normal winners. That's right. 100 normal winners. And the fact is, 100 people are going to win 3 different strains, 10 beans of each, all regulars, all photos, all breedable breeding stock. Okay. There's going to be questions that you have to answer. These questions are based out of the content I've released over the last 6 years. That's correct. We are doing this to celebrate the 6-year anniversary of us being on YouTube. But it gets better. Not only will there be 100 normal winners, there's also going to be 5 super winners. That's right. One person is going to win, I don't know, realistically, probably like 5 to 10,000 beans of this one strain. That's one of the super prizes. 3 people are going to win 1,000 beans of a single strain. That's right. You'll get 1,000 beans of a single strain. And then the 5th pack, if it ever shows up. Mikey was creative with his mailing stuff, and it still hasn't showed up. But I'm praying to the customs gods that it will eventually get through when they realize it's just seeds and chill out. It's fine. 500 of the auto flowering genetics that have been developed by Mikey. And I almost want to say his genetics brand that he's doing this under is called Mad Dog Genetics. But I could be wrong. Mike, if you're still there, Texas Squatch. I can't remember the name of your brand, so I am going with what I remember. If I'm wrong with that name, though, Mike, feel free to correct me, boy. It's all good, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's gonna be rocking and rolling on August the 10th, and we're gonna be doing that giveaway. So basically, how the contest is gonna work is I didn't want to have it like you gotta like and subscribe and kiss my ass. No, you gotta invite all your friends because they want numbers. Well, people will show up if they want to show up. We're doing this because we want to give back. We're doing this because we want to show you that at least one company out there genuinely gives a shit and loves you. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to make a set of questions, okay? Now, the regular questions are going to be different than the super prize questions. The super prize questions are going to be extremely obscure and very hard to get, okay? You can't win a normal pack and a super pack. So if you get the super questions right and you're one of the first 5 with the super questions right, you get the super pack. You don't get a normal pack, though. We're trying to keep it fair. So basically, the theory or the idea behind this is there's going to be 105 people around the world that win, okay? And you just got to get the questions right. How do you get the answers? Well, you got to go back and watch my old videos. Some of the questions will be tricky. Some of them might be easy. Some of them, maybe many of you even, can answer off memory. They're still in development. I'm playing around and thinking about that, and a bunch of us moderators and admins in our community are kind of coming up with these things. Like, what are the fun, cool questions that we could do for this giveaway? But we wanted to do the giveaway a little bit differently. We wanted to make it kind of interesting. So simply put, that's what we're doing, and it's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be pretty rad. And to my knowledge, nobody's ever given away this many beans in a single sitting to this many people. We're doing the biggest giveaway in the history of fucking cannabis. A lot of my other breeder buddies who own brands and companies heard what we were doing, and they're like, what? Fuck you. Nobody does that. I'm like, yeah, nobody may. Potsquatch does. Fuck yeah. That's what we're doing. So we're doing that August 10th, everybody. You're going to have at least 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months to actually get the answers and do it. Mudswat, Tail Yeti, I say, what's up, baby? What's up, cuz? The Yeti, the cousin to the Sasquatch, were both hairy beasts that hide in the mountains. Dun, dun, dun. Jansen Dennis, I feel like I missed the first part. and in speaking to MS, both my sister and mother have MS. So the Sasquatch strain we developed years ago, I actually developed that strain to help with my sister's MS. Sadly, she's quite conservative and refuses to try it. But hey, hey, if you want to not walk one day and not try something that might help you, sis, that's your choice. I'm not going to force it on you. It's just your older brother who's trying to love you. But no, I come from a family of people who get MS. A lot of my aunts have MS. My mother has mild MS. My sister has fairly severe MS that set in her 20s, actually. So I have a huge amount of compassion for those who struggle with said issues. 1 second here, but I can't read. I'm reading. And damn, Delsky OG. No, I feel you, Delsky OG. I mean, anxiety is never great, especially when it comes to consuming your medicine. What's up, Happy Grower? Hello to you, my friend. How's it going? Good to see you. What's up, Miss K's Garden? I'm curious to see what these things do in the desert as well, Visible Farms Pilgor. Definitely very curious. Oh, I feel the Aussie Lone Wolf. And I won't lie to you, Aussie Lone Wolf. I've never had an issue with Australia in terms of, well, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, no. And, well, that's the thing, Stony Baker MD. The one super pack, which is like, we didn't count, okay? I'm not going to lie to you, but based off generalized size of the seeds, it's probably closer to 10,000 beans. I'm going to go conservative and say it could be like 4 or 5 to 10. But realistically, it's probably close to 10,000 beans. And that was kind of the joke that me and Gazzers, because Gazzers is the one who's donating a lot of these genetics for the giveaway. Gazzers is my partner in crime, and we're kind of the two cohort breeders working together to save weed for all of you. And yeah, so Gazzers was the one who first sort of bridged the idea of like, let's do a stupid super giveaway for the 6-year anniversary. And I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. I dig it, dude. That's a great idea. And then he's like, we should just give one person as one of the super prizes, like all of these beans. And we kind of both started chuckling to ourselves. We're like, fuck, that's like a lifetime supply of at least the one strain. You know what I mean? So, hell yeah. Way wrong. Okay, so it's called Death Trap Genetics, by the way, everybody, not Mad Dog. Where did Mad Dog come from, Mike? I don't know where I got the Mad Dog from. But anyway, the autos are coming to us courtesy of Death Trap Genetics. James Mercer, outside of the show, if you quietly message Mikey through the Facebook group, I'm pretty sure you could arrange something. Oh, right. That's what we said. Was the 100 fives. Were we doing the 100 fives, Mike? Or are we going to split the second fives to the 100 prize packs? Oh, that's what you said. 105 bean packs. All right. So we're adding in some of those beans as well into the 100 prize winners. So there's still going to be 105 winners, everybody. And it's going to be good. I've had some blue tangies over the years, Visible Furnace Pilgrim, that I quite enjoyed as well. What's up, Corey DJ? Man, it's been a while. Good to see you, buddy. Well, Romans, I mean, the way we do it is I mean, the basic sentiment behind anything we do as a company or as a business is called, well, one, we can make an honest buck, but two, we don't care what the status quo rules are of industry. We're here to empower you. We're not afraid of making money. We're okay with it. We're literally an actual corporation. Why did I start an international corporation for a company? Well, in order to fight pirates, I needed a pirate ship. But we can do it our way and do it the way we view it. And we're here to empower you. I'm not here to fucking make, my competition happy. Some of them, if they're smart, will decide to be friends and we'll work together. And the other ones, they can hate me and come at me all they want. Good. I get bored easily. Got to keep it real somehow. I found that amusing. Sorry, everybody. I'm a cheeky monkey. Well, I don't have much of them left. I've only got a few of them left, so I've got to keep those ones to try to bring it back. But my Sasquatch strain, Pilgor, I think you'd really enjoy it. Not the world's biggest producer, but what she does produce is fucking retarded far. It was amazing. I'm not running outdoors currently this year, Threshu. I'm typically an indoor guy. I've given a number of genetics that I've developed because I want to see how they do outdoors in the season. I am currently looking for a neighbor who's willing to let me grow on their property outdoors for the channel. And I may find someone. Kind of my running thing is that I'll grow it. You have to harvest it. You can keep all the weed. I don't want any. I might take like an ounce of it to try, but I have no desire to keep the weed I grow outdoors this summer. But I'm trying to find a neighbor who's willing to let me grow on their property just for the videos, and they can keep it. I don't care. I'll do it all. I just need a place to do it. But simply put, my licensing here is a medical licensing that is strictly indoors. So I don't want to put my medical licensing at risk in terms of doing an outdoor run. That could be not good. So trying to avoid that. Yeah, it happens, Jansen. You know what I'm saying? It happens, Jansen. That'd be a big pheno hunt, Thresher. Paul M. I've had Pineapple Express. Wasn't overly impressed. I've had Pineapple Chunk. I was more impressed with Pineapple Chunk than I was by Pineapple Express. So I've tried them, never grown them. I have a single, just one, Pineapple Chunk bean in my collection. And again, when I kind of have those one bean things, I might do something with them, but I kind of just want to hold on to it really typically. Unless I find something that I'm like, well, if I can get this to go female, then we'll play with it. Or hell, I'll even work with the male too. But yeah. Stony Baker MD, G13 was overrated. Okay, G13, the strength, yeah, it's got off the charts strength and potency to it with no taste or smell. Taste and smell are one of the most important parts of cannabis. I will never breed something that doesn't have a strong or wonderful smell or taste to it. G13 was overrated. Yeah, I don't care how strong it is. I mean, dude, I want the smell and the taste to be there. Oh no, I have to smoke 2 joints now to get as high? That sounds like a good time to me. So personally, in and of myself, I'll say G13 was overrated. Didn't have a smell or a taste to it. And the original G13 didn't have a smell or taste to it. Pineapple Express, in my humble 2 cents, was overrated. If there is a pineapple strain out there that I'm going to put my my 2 cents on of going like that one was worthwhile and that's worth playing with, Pineapple Chunk. Now that's a strain if you want something pineapple to play with. And that's, again, just my humble 2 cents, Tony. So, we're all allowed to have our own opinions. That's just mine. What's the weather like down by where you're at, Mudswad? Oh. See, Threshu, now you're saying something, though, where I may not be a huge fan of Pineapple Express. I grew up with White Rhino. I was a big fan of White Rhino. And now you've crossed it with something where Pineapple Express meets a White Rhino. Now we're talking about something I might be able to get excited about. That sounds pretty cool, buddy. I'm into that. That sounds sexy. Woo! 5,000 feet elevation. Nice, Moonwater Ranch. Well, hell, part of me would be curious to grow some genetics down on your property there at 5,000 feet. I wonder, actually, if any of my moderators could quickly check the elevation. Could you please check the elevation of Hope, British Columbia, Canada, somebody? If somebody could do that for me. I'm curious to know what our elevation is here. Oh, good. So your farm's about... the same elevation there, Pilgor. I dig it. Hell yeah. All right, Jansen Dennis. Well, maybe we should have a conversation because I'm originally from Ontario. I was born in Burlington and I grew up in London. What part of Ontario is Grimsby, though? The name sounds familiar, but I can't remember off the top of my head to place it. Ooh, yeah, that sounds good. Pineapple chunk by White Rhino is even sexier, just because I prefer the pineapple chunk, but that's just me, right? We all like our things. I mean, Valhalla Farms, that's just my personal taste on it. I'm sure there's many people who prefer Pineapple Express, but Pineapple Chunk for me was the one that won. I mean, if I had to pick one of the two, I'm going to go Pineapple Chunk all day. But that was just me, right? I liked the flower formation. I liked the terpene profiles. I loved the sort of the subtle, sweet, earthy, spicy hue with that finish. And then I left such a good taste to it. The essential oils of the plant were there. And it just left me wanting more. Where Pineapple Express was decent, but it was like, meh. I think I'm gonna go smoke something else now. Where Pineapple Chunk was like, have another one, please. But again, that's just my humble 2 cents. Sounds interesting, Chance the Deadeth. I mean, to be fair, the Gorilla Blue from my friend Stina that I've worked with, it's got some interesting phenotypes that have some very almost acrid off kind of sense to them, but they grow on you though, and they're one of those things, you know. It's kind of like cheese, like a true cheese, you know what I mean? It's like it's kind of off and wrong, but it's so right in the end. Hey, well, Threshy, we can always trade. I'm always down to do trades, my friends. Always down to do trades. I'm at 135 feet elevation. All right, so you guys are definitely at a slightly different elevation than I am. I'm at 135 feet there, guys, even though I'm living in the mountains here, you know. I could go up into the mountain maybe, but I don't even think I could approach 5,000 or 6,000 feet. Probably the tallest mountain around me is, it's just a guess, but maybe like 17 or 1,800. So, yeah, definitely a stark contrast. Oh, see, Mudswat says, oh, so I am 2,369 feet. Ooh, 69. Good. I'm living at 2,369. So either we're 150 or we're at 2,369. We'll find out. Okay, so Grimsby's just right by Hamilton. Okay. So I know exactly where you are in Grimsby then. My mom grew up in Hamilton. Her and Wayne Gretzky went to the same Sunday school class. Ivan Daigle says in Labrador we're sitting at about 1,676 feet. All right. Pilgor, you hate Kush. What the fuck are you talking about, Pilgor? Don't lie to me, Pilgor. Don't lie to me. I know. You and me are Kush guys for life. That's our happy place. For those of you who don't know, I have an obsession with Kush, as does Pilgor. There's certain things that we just love and things that we just like. And it was funny, because I'm on the Twitter now, so my Twitter's funny. I was like, Mr. Growit's on live now with special guests. I'm like, wow, Mr. Growit, why don't you have me on your damn show? You have a lot of people who don't know much on your show a lot, Mr. Growit. So if you want to actually talk to someone who has been around the block a few times, bring me on the show, Mr. Growit. We did that one thing for the kids that one time. Let's talk cannabis, Mr. Growit. I'd love to be on your show. You're a nice guy, and I respect you. So let me know, Mr. Growit. That's okay, Reverend Veritas. We're still we still got a good half-ish of the show left. You know what I mean? Motherfucker Jones, a mountain is definitely not 8,000 feet or more. I'm pretty sure the elevation of the mountain itself is the biggest mountain in the world is Everest, if I'm remembering correctly. And what's the height of Everest? Someone Google that, but I don't think it's that big. I think it's like, what, 2,300, 3,300 square, or like actual feet. So it's all about the starting point of where the mountain is in terms of the generalized elevation of the actual place where you are. But I don't think the mountains by me, like Mount Hope or anything like that, I don't think it's much bigger than 1,800 feet, to be honest. That'd be my humble 2 cents. I actually lived on the shore. When I lived in Vancouver, I was pretty damn close. I will, but the only problem is, I guess I got my computer here. I could probably pull up the computer and just stop asking everybody to check things for me. But, Eddie Muscle TNT says, "What's my favorite Kush strains?" So I got a lot of them. I mean, anything truly cushy, I am into. Pretty much anything cushy will have a place in my heart. For old school, obviously, I love old school Burmese Kushes. I love a proper, true purple Kush. Um, Master Kush, arguably, is my favorite. But to be fair, Master Ultra Kush or Ultra Kush Master is called a few different things by a number of different people. Always a big fan of that one because it was kind of like this beautiful reworking of Master Cushion. Kind of just came out with a little bit more resin and just a little bit more trikeability or frostability, shall we say. And, for newer age Cushes, things that I've been really into, that King's Kush that I met and we ran, that purple pheno of that one was crazy. What I used to call the Chush back in the day. So it was grown by these Chinese guys. They barely spoke any English. Never really found out where this, genetic came from. It had 8 or 9 distinct phenos that I came to meet over the years of this stuff, but it was just always so funky and so sharp and just so there. It was spicy, it was sweet, it was cushy, and just different. It was just one of those cannabises that even every pheno was kind of beautiful in and of itself. It was just different. And because of the language barriers, I never really got to find out what went into it or where it came from. But what I used to call we just called it the Chush. Came from the Chinese dudes who grew it. We didn't know where it came from. It was obviously a Kush. You could second you smell or taste it, it's a Kush, and so we called it the Chush because we were never able to sort of figure out where it came from. I actually am a big fan of tuna Kush. Okay, tuna Kush is pretty good. I've met some vanilla Kushes that I quite like. The wife loves vanilla Kush. Hates tuna Kush. Loves vanilla Kush. I remember that. One of the new Kushes that I'm going to be developing that doesn't exist yet, okay, but it will. I'm working on it. Once I've got an OG Kush by Trainwreck. Gazzers has a Master Kush by Trainwreck. So I'm going to build those two worlds together. And if we can do what I'm thinking, we're going to create a Kush out of that called Potsquatch's Choo Choo Kush. And it's going to be amazing. 2 double taps of Trainwreck with 2 independently amazing Kushes. So it'll be cool. I'm looking forward to see how that one kind of comes out. What's the name of the mountain? Moonwater Ranch. Yeah, see, Threshu, I mean, I've seen some of those episodes, and it's like, that's the thing, right? I don't know. I almost feel like certain channels are afraid to have Uncle Potsquatch, on their shows because, we've always been kind of a rebel. We've always been honest with people, which I think scares a lot of people in the cannabis industry, right? Everyone's like, oh no, I'm going to put on a show or this, that. And I'm very blunt, I'm very real, and I'm very honest. Also, most channels have corporate sponsorships where I've built my career out of telling big companies to suck my dick typically, and then released my own product lines. But they don't need to be afraid of me. Unless their sponsors are going to pull sponsorship, then I get it. Don't have me on your show. Like, I don't want to harm your thing and your family, right? But I don't know. I think some of the bigger brands, some of the bigger channels need to be a little braver in terms of the guests that they bring on their show. Oh, that's one I forgot. Visible Farms. I love it, Bubba, obviously, and Death Bubba. But, I mean, that one's a given. I mean, I smoke it all the time, even on the show. But a good Mazar Kush. Good call, Pilgor, because I do love me a good Mazar. I've met some ones, different phenos of it over the years that I've been very impressed by. Do I like K2? Yeah, it's not bad. I would love to go on a show with some of these other Paul and Chucker breeders on some of these bigger channels and actually have a frank conversation. But like I said, I think a lot of the bigger channels are a little nervous. And I get it. I get that you're scared that I'm a bit of a rebel. You can't control what I do. But, like, I'm not an asshole, though. I'm an asshole, but I'm not an asshole. You know what I mean? And, I think, because I'm totally down to do a collaboration with some of these bigger channels and actually talk about things. Don't be afraid. I'll be nice, I promise. I'm always nice. Nice. How did they turn out, Dale Ski OG? Purple Punch is actually quite a nice little smoke, actually, Mud Swat. I've had a few Purple Punches. that I've liked. Purple Power Plant back in the day, like a true Purple Power Plant was always quite divine in my humble 2 cents. And a proper true GDP, man, that's another thing that gets me going. See, and I don't know, Threshu, I don't know if I've ever tried the Ghost OG Kush. I'm not sure if I've ever tried that one or not. You know, and at Moonwater Ranch, I will say that I love the smell and taste of Violator Kush. I love the funkiness of Violator Kush. My only issue with Violator Kush is the fact that it's probably one of the greatest foxtailing strains on the face of the planet. However, I have been able to get Violator Kush to almost not foxtail, because Violator Kush foxtails in such a distinct way that it's like, it's almost beautiful now. It still fucks with your weight, but it's like, it gives true definition to what a foxtail really is. If you see a true Violator grow, you know. But if you pump it up to like 1800, 1900 ppm there on your CO2, you can almost fully reduce the foxtailing on a Violator. Not every phenotype will fully stop. It's usually about a 60-40 mix. 60% will basically not do it, and 40% will do it mildly. But if you super pump your CO2, not just on Violator, like any foxtailing or foxtailing prevalent cannabis, if you supercharge your CO2 numbers, okay, you're going to be able to avoid that issue. Oh, I feel you, Jansen. I know how elevation works. I actually took a lot of pilot lessons. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just reading. You know, I've only ever tried Khalifa Kush once or twice, but the Khalifa Kushes I met, Pilgor, actually seemed to be fairly cushy. So, like, for me, it was like, all right, it's pretty good. Whoa, Mount Everest is that high? Wow, I was fucking beyond wrong on the height of Mount Everest then. So, I stand corrected. Thank you for checking that, Mudswat. Luckily, you're not tuning in because I know a lot about mountains and elevation. I know about growing pot, so. Well, now I'm curious. How tall is Hope Mountain then? Yeah, probably. Operation Annihilation. A lot of brands have built themselves about pretending to be of the ways. But that's okay too. Like, I mean, I don't think that you have to be a grower to be a cannabis channel. I think you can love weed and be more of a, how do I put this nicely? You understand theory. You've read theory. You have zero practical application or hands-on experience, but you understand theory and things you've read. And that's okay too. That's totally okay too. But, you know, don't misrepresent what you are. You know, be honest about that. I think it's okay to be more of a quote-unquote theory-based person in terms of the industry, right? But at the same time, you know, represent for what you are. Don't pretend what you are, or like, don't pretend to be something you're not. And again, even if I'm going to have a contrary opinion or be contrarian to you, I'm going to do it nicely. I'm not going to be mean. Nobody has to be afraid of having Potsquatch on the show. It'll probably be one of your more entertaining shows, because let's be fair, most of the people on our in our world, and in terms of cannabis content, education, and media, fairly drab and boring. Right, Chem D? YOLO. I know what that means now. You only live once. Yeah, it's sad, Threshu. I know, I agree, but it is what it is. What's up, the old Dutch master, my friend? How you doing? Every time I read your name, Old Dutch Master, it makes me want Old Dutch potato chips. I'm not allowed to eat chips anymore. I'm trying to get back in shape for the fights and stuff if we can ever get one. But, oh, good to see you, buddy. It's been a while. Welcome to the show, my friend. Now I want chips, though. Damn it. It's okay. I can resist. I can resist the temptation of chips. Oh, man. How you been doing, Old Dutch Master? I think it is. I mean, my problem is Roman, is like, one, I mean, I don't fully understand how to do it, except, well, StreamYard supposedly does it really well. I guess I think I'm just frustrated. Like, why did I go spend a bunch of money on Streamlabs when I need Streamlabs to do the same shit it does? So, you know, that was kind of a pointless waste of money. It is what it is. But, you know, I'm totally down to go on and do collab shows. And I mean, I would like to eventually have some people on our shows. You know, it's funny because like a lot of these other channels are maybe scared to collab with me a little bit, or maybe not scared is the wrong word. Let's not say that. That's mean. Let's say nervous, unsure about the variable of the Potsquatch, and that's fine. You know, we've always been the outlier and sort of the rebel and sort of the fiery one that's sort of rocking the boat. But you want to know who's down to come on our show? And he said he might be able to do it in April. So I'm going to reach back out to him because we've been talking to him a lot and acquiring certain things for our genetic stores to work with as well from him. But it's Shanti Bubba. Shanti Bubba is down to come on the show. He's just super busy. He's got like a bajillion farms around. But when I was chatting with him 2 and a bit months back, and he was like, no, like he's like, it might be hard for me to find the exact time, but I'm definitely down to come on your show, Potsquatch, eventually, and talk about breeding and talk about my history, and then we're gonna do kind of like a Q&A and just like Shanti Bubba's arguably one of the greatest breeders of all time and one of the biggest names in terms of cannabis and cannabis history and colloquial cannabis history of modern day genetics. So that would be one where I'm just stoked. I can't wait to talk to the bastard and just be like, all right, man. So what was it like? Like, tell us about what was it like when you and Neville first started doing things, and then tell us about like when you left. Like when did shit hit the fan? What was the beef there? Give us the shit. Come on, what's the word? The gossip. There we go. What was the gossip on that? But I'm looking forward to it though. Hell yeah, buddy. Good job. Both to you, Keith and Chief, and to Holly. I'd be down, like, and again, like, I'm super down to have conversations with a lot. And Old Dutch Master too. That's the thing, and that's a good way to put it. Is kind of talking about that crowning foxtail because that's very much the attribute to that Violator Kush. Like it kind of comes out as almost this beautiful crown. It's not like you've got this one odd foxtail or two doing its stupid thing, and there's no rhyme or reason. Violator's almost beautiful how it does it, and it kind of comes out like you said, like this beautiful crown. So yeah, I still hate it. But at least it's the most pretty one, and I hate it the least. You know what I mean? In terms of that crowning type of a foxtail, shall we say, right? So, yeah. Muskoka James, what strain should I do next? Please, let's hear some suggestions. A better question, like, what have you done? What's your experience like, Muskoka? Like what have you spent most of your career playing with? What are you used to? I would encourage you to try something new. Try something new and unknown. Try something that's like different than what you're used to. You know what I mean? Because like for me, I like to every once in a while, like especially like just throw myself right into doing something that I have no idea what it's like or what it does. You know what I mean? And guessing and playing with it. You know. Yeah, the closest I ever got to Everest would have been being in China. I didn't go over to Tibet though. I couldn't see Tibet and occupy Tibet. Fucking pissed me off too much. You need a fat bud indica with some berry smells. There's not really necessarily a full out, not really a berryness to a true Northern Lights, but Northern Lights will give you those big chunky monkey indica buds, and there is a sweetness there though too. Or if you could find a Northern Lights that's been crossed with something like a shishka berry or a blueberry, that's going to give it to you too. Or a blueberry indica traditional. That'll give you some nice big chunky buds with those berry notes. I mean, they're blueberry notes. They're not quite like the other berry kind of type of strains, but I mean, it's still sexy though. Yeah, and Moonwater Ranch. I mean, typically Violator Kush is an indoor strain. What and foxtailing is more prevalent indoors than it is outdoors. I think it really has to do, especially with our huge switch to LED based HID lights. But like a true Violator Kush, foxtail's like a motherfucker. I mean, I've never really grown them outside, so I couldn't really speak to the outside of that much because again, I just haven't done it. But I mean, indoors, Violator Kush, it almost makes foxtailing beautiful though. Like a true Violator Kush almost foxtails in a way that's almost kind of beautiful. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Muskoka Gems, regs only. I refuse to use feminized beans if I can. I'm against feminization. I think the fact that we've used a Plan Z survival mechanism of cannabis, okay, to make a genetic base is kind of an issue, humbly speaking. So yeah, no, not into it. So yeah, I'm a regular bean guy, and I prefer photos. I'm not really an auto guy, but people know that. You know, it's funny. You know, Roman Reckless. I almost think that YouTube wants me to be, become an arm wrestler, right? Because it's just like, dude, it's like I get so many videos. Like I haven't subscribed to arm wrestling channels. It's just all of a sudden, a few months ago, YouTube just started showing me all this arm wrestling. You know, that one kid who's like beating everybody, Devin Levat or Larat or whatever the hell his name is, the mouthy little bitch from Canada. Yeah, it's interesting. Shit is, I believe it, Mud Swat. James Mercer, Texas. James Mercer. Reach out to James. He's in the Facebook group. He was asking about, you know what I'm saying. Can your grow room affect your computer? Yeah, certainly, especially if you're running a higher relative humidity and high temperatures. That's never good for tech. That's a new one, Muskoka. I've never played. I've never been sold on the whole obsession with gelato. Everyone was really into gelato, especially when it came to the dab community, making a lot of dabs out of gelato. I think it's overrated. Again, I just don't really see much there to be writing home about. But I mean, hey, sometimes things that become popular aren't necessarily great. They're just sort of the hip end thing. But hey, I'm excited for you though. And if you like it and you're happy, that's all that matters to me. What's up, Turkey Lion? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Sorry, everybody. I'm just reading and playing catch up. Gazzers, old school hash plant has to be one of the most divine, distinct plants that has ever existed. We've grown a proper, true hash plant on the channel a couple of times, and I'm not gonna lie to you, an old school, true hash plant has got to be one of the craziest, coolest cannabises I've ever met. So thank you for bringing that up, Gaz. A true old school, proper hash plant, everybody, is a thing in and of itself. And I mean, it almost makes me sad that we never developed that hash plant into almost kind of its own subfamily of the indica world, because we really should have. Maybe we still can. It's just hard to find a proper hash plant now. I was only able to find it in sort of in a clone form. I wish I still had access to that clone source, because I'd like to at least, dude, to be fair, I'm against feminization, but to get that true, proper, old school hash plant that's right, I'd force hermit, just so I have it in bean form of some sort, right? Oh, and I mean, you can love gelato all you want. I'm personally not sold on it. I think it's nothing to write home about for me personally. But again, like when I like something, it's something that I want to grow. It's something that I want to smoke. It's something that I would enjoy, right? And everyone has their own different tastes in terms of cannabis. And that's where, like, there's so much room for us as breeders, as growers, to actually all have a place within the community and the industry, because we all have our own slight different flair, our own different interpretations of it. It's an artisanship, it's an artistry. So really, there's a place for all of us to play with this in the industry, right? So, yeah. Don't worry, Roman Reckless. We're going to be bringing some crazy funk back. Don't worry. Big part of what we're working on there, Roman, is bringing back the funk. There's a song by Justin King called Funkified. Look it up, everybody. Go listen to the song after the show, Funkified by Jason King. It's this cool finger picking like anyway, it's a cool song. Check it out. And that song almost perfectly embodies sort of that funkiness I think we're all talking about in terms of cannabis. And we're working really hard to bring sort of that funkiness back, baby. Well, maybe we should do some trading, Threshu. I've got a fairly extensive collection myself. Well, and Jansen Dennis, in terms of curing and actually changing and tempering flavors and different terpene and flavonoid profiles in terms of cannabis, I mean, some things will change drastically. Some things will become more of what they were. It's always a little different, right? Like everything's it's interesting, and that's where the curing process and watching how things mature and sort of come into themselves is very interesting in terms of the world of cannabis, right? And I've always found it extremely interesting. Oh, I remember Stony. Operation Annihilation, you know, it's really hit or miss in terms of males on regular beans. On a proper, well-preserved genetic line that doesn't have, a bunch of feminized tomfoolery to it, usually it's going to be half and half. Usually it's going to be sort of, oh crap. Shit. I've just got a text. The movie theater just called, like, can you come close the movie theater tonight? And I'm actually willing to do it for them. I get all the popcorn that's left over though. But I'm in a show. That's okay. The show's only going on. I can text him in 14 minutes. Yes. Damn it. He's like texting me. Consider that's the buzzing you're hearing. The movie theater down the road is like, hey, Potsquatch, can you come close the movie theater? And I can. I can definitely close the movie theater for you. Oh, I can't do it in a show without fucking it up. Damn it. Okay, I'll text them in a few minutes. It's okay. I'll call them. I'm getting distracted. What was I saying? I was saying something about cannabis, and then I was reading text. Here, right. Yes, Operation Annihilation's question about males and females. So realistically, okay, typically out of 10 beans, let's say, right? We're going to talk 10 because it's a nice round number. Four or five males out of the 10. That's how it used to be. A lot of the stuff that I work with usually throws fairly consistently on half and half. When I meet a genetic that throws a half and half male to female, I'm very happy. Why? Because males are so rare. With the compounding sort of feminization genetics that are built into other things, it's pretty negative in terms of a lot of stuff. So it makes it hard. So like if you take a feminized bean and breed it by a traditional male, you might get one or two males if you're lucky per 10 beans. But back in the day on a proper stable genetic, you should get 3 to 5 males out of 10. And from a world of a breeder or someone who's wanting to pheno hunt and work on things to create for the future generation, that's a good thing. But so typically on a good breeding, stable genetic that comes from sort of what I would describe as proper breeding stock, I guess you could say. 100%, like, 3 to 5 males out of 10 would be good. Excuse me. I hope that helps. No, I know. I've watched a lot of his things, Roman. My only issue with Devin the Rat is I don't like the shtick and the character he plays of being kind of this mouthy little dick fuck. Because Canadians, we're not really mouthy like that, We're friendly and then we kick ass. But no, he's a badass arm wrestler for sure. And hell, who knows? Maybe when I get slightly better shape, maybe I'll go hit the arm wrestling circuit. Maybe me and Devin the Rat can work together. Who knows? He could teach me arm wrestling and I'll teach him how to be Canadian. 1 second here, everybody. I'm just trying to read it. I agree, Stoney, 100%. Well, who knows? Maybe if the prize pots are big enough for the arm wrestling world, there, we are getting back in fighting shape. So hey, we could start doing some of that arm wrestling stuff there. But who knows? Maybe we can get a hold of Devin Larat there, and he can come be the arm wrestling coach of Uncle Potsquatch. Yeah, keep your amps and computer equipment away from your growing area if you can, everybody. Just saying. And the funny thing is, though, Threshu, is yes, does GSC hold lineage a bit to hash plant? Sure. There is lineage there, but they're completely different plants. GSC has nothing of the original hash plant in terms of the smell, taste, or aroma, in my humble 2 cents. I will say, though, that I like GSC. A lot of people find it herms a lot. I don't know. I find most new things or newer things herm in the wrong conditions, but I like the bag appeal of GSC, and that's where GSC is a great intermix to use on a lot of other strains that may not have the best flower formation. If you can then take these desirable traits of one strain and put it to the flower formation of that GSC, and let's be fair, eliminate maybe some of the potential herming abilities. I mean, that's totally fine, but yeah. I will. And also, Roman, send me a reminder because that'll help. I mean, I've got a couple of old hash plants in my collection. I mean, they're pretty old, though, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to get them to go. No, this is just my nicotine vape that I'm hitting there, DLSky OG. No, it'll end the show if I reply. So I gotta wait. I gotta wait 8 minutes, but I'll go help them close the theater. They always contact me last minute to help their company, and I don't mind. As a film person and a filmmaker and an actor, I don't mind helping the theater, but no, because Stony Baker MD, if I switch over to send a text on the show, it will end the show. It'll close down this live stream. DLSky OG, in terms of an auto, autos don't possess the ability. A true auto flowering cannabis genetically doesn't possess the ability to re-veg, really. Not in any of my experiments that I've ever done with and anyone that I know. So a true auto flowering cannabis typically does not possess the ability to auto flower. I mean, sorry, it does because it's an auto. It doesn't possess the ability to re-veg. It does not have that kind of action. That sounds sexy, by the way, Roman. Oh, hey, thanks, Chance of Dennis. Oh, I'm aware of his history, Roman. I just don't like the shit character that he does. That's my only issue with it, Roman. I respect him as an arm wrestler, and I do enjoy him in like his interviews that I've seen. He's kind of a mouthy cunt, and I'm like, you know what? We're Canadian. Like, we don't need to be mouthy. We're badass without it. Well, someone message Devin Lorette. Tell him Uncle Potsquatch and Devin need to collab on something. We'll go fuck up the arm wrestling world there. Hey, no worries, Family Trees Go Coast. It is late in the show, but welcome anyway. Does that make you feel better, James? James, Texas sent you a message on the messenger. Also, Threshu, have we ever emailed or talked on the the Facebook there? And also, Gregory Allen Reed, start thinking about workouts if I were to become an arm wrestler, Greg. Basically, I'm figuring we got to build up, obviously, forearm and a bit through here, but it's going to be basically the core, the shoulder. I can remember the names of these muscle groups. I've learned them from you. This one and this one. You know what I'm talking about, Greg. Think about that. How do we train my arms to be better at arm wrestling? It's going to be chest and core, I think, really hinging on that. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. Think about it, Greg. Threshu, the Facebook group is called the Potsquatch Growers Community on Facebook. Anyone is welcome in our group. Just please answer the questions, or else, you know, it is a liability. So we can let you in right away if you actually. No, I almost want to call it a. It's not a trap head. Greg, it's where we do the swings, and we're is it the delt head? No. There's a specific name for these muscles around here. In this part. Yes. No, Jansen, it is in the back. And my back is naturally very strong. But you also have to have this part here, and I believe it's the delt, to cap the top on the curve to handle the back going into it. You see what I'm saying? And the fact is, I've got really short legs for my height, so I'm pretty sure with my long torso, big back, and core strength, naturally, we could probably do okay. Oh, thank you, Texas Squatch. That's the group, everybody. Deltoid. Thank you, Keith and Chief. See, Uncle Potsquatch can learn stuff. But yes, so everybody, it's been a beautiful show today. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's been such a good time. You're all wonderful. Oh no, wrist is a big part of it too, Roman. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm not really worried about the wrist part. The wrist strength I'm good on. Just kind of having the everything else that conducts this core, back, shoulder strength in and through. But you know, I'd be a right-armed wrestler is probably my strong arm, but I could do the left too. But and then once we get that there, you know, if little Mr. Canuck wants his arm wrestle, I still want to fight him too. So you know, I'll give him his arm wrestle. I get a fight, but you know, we'll take on the little Mario-looking guy, Mr. Canuck. That's not an insult. It's just a cute stab at you. All right. So anyway, everybody, we're going to do a wrap up here so I can call the movie theater and tell them not to panic, and I'll come close the theater for them. So simply put, everybody, we'll be at 420. Come check us out. April 20th, we're going to be down at the Art Gallery. We're going to have shroom chocolate truffles. We're going to have a bunch of beans for sale. We're going to have rosin. We're going to have flour. We're going to have all our whole CBD line, the beard oil, hats, t-shirts, grinders, papers, all the swag. And I'll be there too. Come on down and check us out, my friends. It'll be a good time. All right. All right. And the fact is, check out potsquatchsales.com. That's where the store is going to be opening up. It'll be open very soon for all of you to use. And also, too, check out Squatch Lighting Systems, brought to you by Soul Strip. One of the most affordable professional grade lighting systems in the world. The only company that's building things to be easily fixed and upgraded out there. We figure if you buy an expensive light, you have the right to fix it and maintain it. That's an important thing in my humble 2 cents. I love you. Check out Potsquatch Growers on Facebook. We're the Potsquatch Growers community. It's a safe place for all people to hang out and chill and be there. So also, everybody, I'm going to be at the movie theater doing next to nothing tonight. So if you want to hop on the Facebook there, message me. I can do a bunch of reach out. I'm going to be sitting in the projection booth there up at the top of the movie theater. And I'm probably, let's be honest, I'm going to go smoke some weed on the roof of the movie theater while they're watching the movie. And I don't give a shit. And probably bring myself a few beers as well. But keep it real, keep it sexy. Remember, the true grower is a forever student. The true grower is not afraid to take risks. The true grower makes educated, stupid decisions. Love yourselves. Love your family. Love your plants. Be kind to those around you. You don't know how dark their day is, and that small smile or hello or wave might change their world for the better. I said better. I meant better. Stand together. Love each other. That's the Potsquatch way, everybody. We are the Wee Titty people. We are the Potsquatch Growers Army, and none of us are going anywhere. We got this shit, and we're going to be rocking and rolling. And I'm not surprised, Roman Reckless. I'm a true believer in our racks in general, and I've got, two 3050Rs as well rocking on my racks, and I love them too. Moonwater Ranch, Pilgor, Roman, everybody, Mud Swat, Texas, Jansen, Threshu, Stony, James, Keef and Chief, Aussie Lone Wolf, Texas, Jansen, Greg, Eugene, Dolan, Canadian Bacon, good to see you, baby. Romines, Jansen Dennis, all you. Keef Chief, Red Claws, everybody. A lot of you are probably gone, but I love you. We'll see you next time. Keep it real. I love you. Also, too, Mike, if you start and I love you too, Ivan. And the Quiet Witch, I love you too. If you start a mod chat, I'll be in it in 2 minutes, everybody. I've just got to go call the movie theater. Okay, bye. See you next time.